viable wide threats to maybe breach the Spanish goal, something that has not yet been done here across the pond in North America this summer. The Belgians, they have grown more and more as this tournament happens, starting with 2 draws against Iran and Egypt, then emphatic victories against New Zealand, Senegal and USA, scoring 12 goals across those 3 games. They certainly do have a lot of attacking threat. One of them in particular, Romelu Lukaku, sits off the bench to get Lara chosen to be the man starting for the Red Devils. Pedro plays a ball up to Dani Olmo. A wonderful overlap there from Olmo, carrying the ball midway inside of the Belgian half, switching out to the left-hand touchline towards Baena. Baena, short pass back instead towards Fabian Ruiz, and the captain Rodri dinks a cute ball out to Cucurella. One chest down, 10 yards left edge of the area. Baena first time into the box as Michel clears the ball away from any sort of danger. The Belgians, this is going to be their sternest test, they feel, and especially Garcia. De La Fuente too shares that sentiment, feeling that his side are going to face a stern test, even more so than Portugal. But that's a wonderful ball laid up for Lamine Yamal, but Michel again coming across, clear up and away from the tricky young man. He's grown more and more in this tournament, and in the Lamine Yamal is improved, not quite hitting the levels of the tournament so far, given his injury spell at the end of the season with Barcelona. But we're going to see Lamine Yamal 2.0. He referenced in the build-up to this game in his press conference yesterday as Fabian Ruiz wins the ball back well short towards Laporte. Laid up now to Olmo, midway inside of the Belgian half, short to the right towards Yamal. Step overs and tricks, but a poor pass upwards for Olmo. Doku has the ball now, surrounded by red shirts. Wonderful skill from Jeremy Doku. Midway inside the half, still continuing to come, but a big tackle put in, but still the Belgians come as they now switch the ball out to the right-hand side of the field. And Trossard, there was an option further, but instead electing to go all the way back to Ngoy, starting all over again. Well, the referee for the game this afternoon is Michael Oliver, making headlines himself as well, the English referee. The most amount of matches overseen by an English official in the World Cup, with this being his 7th game, surpassing Howard Webb, Arthur Ellis, each with 6. This is his 4th game of this tournament, 3 in the previous in 2022. So a big moment for Michael Oliver, with his assistant Stuart Burt and James Mannering on either side. And the 4th official is Ramon Abati. And this game also broadcast live in your local broadcast stations. Do tune in to that local live service. And this is a live audio service as we are now 5 minutes into the quarter-final here in Los Angeles. Spain 0, Belgium 0. And they will be facing 2-0 victory. Comfortable win for them as well against Morocco last night. And what a test would be Spain meeting France, the 2 red-hot favourites, before a ball was even kicked. And all eyes will turn onto them. I'm sure the French are tuning in at the moment, gauging exactly what it is they're going to see. But the Spanish, though, a lot of their press back in Spain feel that they haven't quite hit the heights that they should be hitting. It's all been very safe rather than very excitable with the French. They are by far looking the most promising team in the tournament this summer, and deeply given away ball. And Goy sweeps up on the loose pass with a short pass out towards De Kuiper. Large number of the Belgian teams playing across Europe's top flight, in particular in England as well. Doku, one of those players on the ball now, plies his trade at City, turning away from Porro, but a big foot put out, and it is going to be a Belgian throw-in right in front of Luis de la Fuente and that Spanish dugout, a couple of yards inside of the Spanish half on this left-hand side. Here's a jam-packed stadium here as well. All the host nations now out of the tournament. As Courtois sends a long ball up the right-hand side, so long in fact that it's gone straight to his opposite number, Unai Simon, in bright luminous green. Rolling a ball out towards the left-hand side, where the young, excitable Barcy, so many years ahead of him alongside the highly experienced Aymeric Laporte. And thinking and speaking of experience as well, the golden generation of Belgium very much starting to simmer away. A number of the players in the team are from that golden boy generation era. Lukaku, De Bruyne, big talents, Courtois as well. Coming to the twilight years, many feeling this is Kevin De Bruyne's last tournament as well. This is 124th cap for Belgium. But the golden generation looking to reflect some new light on younger faces. Plenty of those perspectives on bench as well. Matthijs Fernandes Pardo, a striker with plenty of talent, and plenty of hope and expectations, as well as Arthur Thiet. But of course, Romelu Lukaku, member of that elite golden club, he is off the bench if he's needed to be called upon. Excellent tournament for him as well of late. The ball played up there for Rodri, but a pull down on Lamine Yamal's shirt, and that's going to be a free kick for Spain. 10 yards from the byline and a couple of yards away from the left edge of the Belgian penalty area. So the first chance to put a dangerous ball into the box here for the Spanish. And Trossard just pulling down on the back of Lamine Yamal, turning straight towards Michael Oliver as he hit the surface here in Los Angeles. So we await to see who it is to take this free kick. Looks like it's going to be Alex Baena, currently repositioning the ball on the bright green surface here, with the sun reflecting through the large domed roof above. Lamine Yamal also stood there, but looks like it's going to be Baena low, right-footed in towards the box, not quite dealt with. Fabian Ruiz played back into the area, shot first time from Rodri, but a big interception from a big Belgian body as Cucurella looks to keep the ball alive in a dangerous position. But finally sweeping the ball away is Castagna as the Belgians clear the ball away from any sort of danger. But Spain immediately pumping the ball back upfield to comfortable Belgian shirts in plenty of space. As the Rangers man Raskin squares the ball to the right across the penalty area towards Ngoy with a 1-2 back off the D. So plenty to be considered for Spain. Many feeling their performance against Portugal was subpar. Less than standout. Marino getting that last gasp winner in the 91st minute. So many people feeling that they are not hitting the heights that the French have hit so far in this tournament in terms of standout quality and performance. And the draw with Cape Verde on the opening game of the tournament in their group, seemingly still the big upset result. The tiny island nation shocking the red-hot favourites. That one in Atlanta, as Spain now have the ball just off the halfway line. Fabian Ruiz played back towards Pedro Porro, squared dead centre of their own half to Laporte, laid up to the centre circle now with the captain Rodri. Rodri with the armband firmly around that left arm of his. Yuri Tielemans injured in the warm-up, so the captain's armband donned to Kevin De Bruyne instead. A number of changes having to be forced to be made for Rudy Garcia. The ball released up for Di Ketelara, but a strong slide tackle in the end there for Aymeric Laporte. Unai Simon yet to be truly tested, and that will be interesting if the Belgians do manage to find a way through. They haven't conceded a goal in this tournament. It will be time to concede at least one against us, is what Rudy Garcia said in the build-up to this game. And I'm sure it'll be an interesting situation, especially if the Spanish do find themselves going behind. That's always one of the stern tests of the quality of a team, to put themselves into an unfamiliar situation. Given the fact that they are yet to goal, how would those players react as a ball looped up towards Oyarzabal, edge of the area, big body in the way from Ngoy. Oyarzabal claiming and looking for a penalty. As Michael Oliver is just going to have a little check-in with the VAR, but it looks like it was going to be quickly wiped away. Far too close for comfort for a penalty to be given there in the end. Oyarzabal with a good touchdown. He's starting to find his feet as well of recent date. 4 goals in the tournament. Brace against both Saudi Arabia and Austria. A goal kick here for Belgium. The tall, towering figure of Thibaut Courtois plying his trade in Madrid for Real. That means of all of the players in both squads, he's the only one representing Real Madrid. It's quite an amazing situation. The Luis de la Fuente is the first Spanish manager in the history of a major tournament to not have a player from Real Madrid representative in the squad. So the Belgian team have more Real Madrid players in it. And you can't miss him. Bright, luminous, yellow goalkeeper strip. 6'6", towering figure, long-limbed, anything high and wayward. It's just bread and butter for a goalkeeper of Thibaut Courtois' stature. So we're not too far away from 15 minutes gone in the first half here in Los Angeles. Currently goalless between Spain and Belgium in this quarter-final. With a trip to Arlington, Texas, to head to the biggest capacity stadium of the World Cup to take on the French next Tuesday. And what is Bastille Day as well, so a big occasion for the French as Olmo has the ball midway inside of the Belgian half, played out towards Yamal on the right, but a poor ball in the middle, given straight towards the now captain De Bruyne, laid up towards Doku, carrying the ball inside of the Spanish half, still with that tricky footwork, wonderful from Doku yet again, confident with the ball at feet, laid off to Trossard, right edge of the area, left foot Trossard, but Cucurella with a big foot in the way. And still relying on themselves as De Ketelaere picks up on that ball, headed away from Cucurella. Great defending from the Real Madrid man. Signed right before the first ball was kicked this summer. I'm sure that's raised a few eyebrows for those in his hometown, in his former club of Barcelona. So it is entirely inaccurate that there's no Real Madrid teams, but at the time of choosing, there was not a single Real Madrid player in the Spanish squad. A real statement and a show of how their season went. But Lamine Yamal with wonderful skill, coming in with the ball at feet from the right, but given straight thrown down the middle towards Van Aken. As Rodri dinks a ball out towards Cucurella, 10 yards inside of the Belgian half, off the left-hand side as Fabian Ruiz squares to the captain Rodri. Rodri, slow build-up play, confident and cool character, always has been. Continues to do so, getting into the latter stages of the career as Olmo keeps the ball alive, juggling in the penalty area, but a poor touch laid on as Castagna shields the ball away, and it goes out for a goal kick instead. Dani Olmo just trying to keep the ball alive there, but Lamine Yamal, a wonderful tackle on Doku. That's going to be an exciting contest between the two of them, both playing on the same side of the field, higher up of course. But it really is a case of the fast-footed, creative types up this near side of the field in the first half in particular. As Courtois sends another long ball, evading every single player straight towards Unai Simon. Very different to the De La Fuente way of things, where they only really wish to build up from the back. Well, the other quarterfinals, both tomorrow. Norway versus England and Argentina, Switzerland, with that semi-final kicking off on the Wednesday. So the figure fully coming to formation and a ball sent long up the left-hand side, but Alex Baena far too far behind and the ball far too wayward, curling off foot of Dani Olmo, switching the ball up the left as Alex Baena raises an arm in appreciation for the ball. Alex Baena's had a solid stint in the Spanish side this summer as well. He's got a goal and an assist. That goal against Uruguay in the group stage of what was a highly non-competitive group in the way it looked. Spain top with 7 points and Cape Verde going through second with 3 points, drawing all of their games. Uruguay just the 2. Marcelo Bielsa furious at the culmination of the group stage. As Doku now plays the ball out to the right-hand side of the field towards Castagna. Castagna sending the ball to the left side of the penalty area. Couldn't quite bring the ball down there, though, as the Belgians still look to come. But a foul has been raised as De Kuyper going in a little bit too aggressively in the eyes of Michael Oliver. And a good piece of play there, De Kuyper, the Brighton man. Just going through the back of Pedro Porro, right in front of Michael Oliver. Spanish with a free kick then inside of their own box. De Kuiper claiming that he was only going for the ball and the player just came to be in his way, but I'm sure that Pedro Porro, given the nature of the Tottenham Hotspur man, well, he's certainly not shy of a few extra touches in on the body of the nearest player to him. As Cucurella now has the ball, 10 yards inside of his own half over the left-hand side of the field. Laporte now on the ball, those bright white boots, breaking the tradition of the pink that's seen across the tournament this summer, and a ball wayward long pass upfield from Kabasi straight towards Courtois. And De La Fuente there just telling him to find the nearer options. Porro and Rodri, viable close passing options for the Barcelona centre-back, as Pedro plays the ball back all the way towards the goalkeeper as Van Aken looks to put the chase on Unai Simon. Van Aken, the lead Club Brugge, stepping in at the last minute for Tielemans, injured in the warm-up. Not exactly a bad option to have either. This is 40th cap for Belgium, 33 years of age as well, being broken into the team relatively later in his career as Pedro Porro looks to play a ball towards Lamine Yamal, but a big interception there from De Bruyne, but a free kick being given as Lamine Yamal goes through Michel off of his own penalty area. And the Belgians then with a free kick themselves that Courtois will surely look to play long upfield. Oh, this big sea of red here in the stadium in Los Angeles. There's a fair few cyclists' caps as well from the Belgian fans. You can tell exactly who they are. Those Belgian cycling caps all over the place of a headwear like the Croatian fans and their water polo hats. Well, the Belgians aren't too far off them with the cycling hat craze. As the captain Rodri with that tucked in tight captain's armband around that left arm. Short now toward Dani Olmo, still inside of their own half, aiming for patience, but Belgium at the moment quick to try and pounce on any loose passing. And it's warm here in Los Angeles as well. It's been a hot day of it. It's a hot tournament in Los Angeles. Very rarely does the sun get replaced by the rain in this city. As Spain to play a ball up towards the Belgian penalty area, but the Belgian defence again intercepting, but that one is given away as Lamine Yamal has a shot off the edge of the area and just going wide, claiming that it came off a Belgian foot last, leading to Michael Oliver change it to a corner instead of a goal kick. But Lamine Yamal there given a yard or two of space to try and find a shot. Just one look up with that left foot of his, claiming that it might have come off the knee. I think it might have been a Van Aken. Michael Oliver thinking otherwise. It is a goal kick as the captain De Bruyne now carries the ball out to the left-hand side towards De Kuiper. Still inside of their own half. Ball into the dead centre of the towards Rasken. De Bruyne sending a ball upfield for De Catalara, but a big interception in the way there by Pedro Porro. It's De Bruyne, the last remaining few of that golden generation of 2018 in particular, and that's a poor pass laid up by Jeremy Doku, far too far ahead of De Bruyne, going out for a cheap throw inside their own half on this nearer channel. We are not too far away from the midway point of this first half, which means that the much criticised hydration break will soon be coming into full effect. This live audio coverage, goalless between Spain and Belgium in this quarter-final, with the game also on your live broadcasting channels. So do tune in wherever you are. This the live audio service of this quarter-final clash that so far has been played at a relatively slow pace. Two sets of teams who have yet to be truly tested by a behemoth, maybe coming up to one another to give each other their first test of the tournament. But Lamine Yamal jinking the ball away from De Kuiper, looking to the referee for some sort of foul assistance, but Michael Oliver thinking otherwise as the Belgians look to come themselves, with Doku slowly bringing the ball up towards the halfway line on this nearer channel before being cut back towards Rasken. Rasken, crossfield ball up the right, but far too far ahead of Castagna instead. And that one goes out for a Spanish throw-in towards Cucurella. as the referee now does look to signal the hydration break, which I, for one, I'm not going to deny. I'll be relatively pleased to see it go. You do understand it on days like this in particular. It is warm in Los Angeles at the moment, and it's been a warm day of it as well. 26 degrees so far with high humidity. I'm sure those on the beaches not too far from here as well are having a fantastic Friday of it. But these stadiums, well, they do have the mod cons of air conditioning. Arlington, Texas, that as does the stadium in Atlanta, and of course here. So a lot of people feeling these hydration breaks, they're definitely not needed, but everyone very certain they know why they are being implemented. It is almost broken up into quarters now, games this summer. Given the hydration break, always that it's around 3-minute mark, and a chance for both managers doing exactly what they are doing now, bringing their team into big huddles to try and figure out next steps. But for Spain, or the fact that we're even at this stage, this is a position they haven't faced since winning the tournament in South Africa in 2010. Their victory against the Austrians in that round of 32 was their first victory in the knockout stages of the tournament. Well, for the Belgians, this is the first time they've made the quarterfinal since 2018. And in that one, they got past the Brazilians 2-1 to head to the semi-final. But this is not the first time that these two have faced each other in a quarterfinal of the big